and I'll call meeting 1458 to order. At this time, I would like to welcome the online viewers and our gentlemen in the gallery. Welcome. Agenda meeting number 1457 in front of you. It's the agenda for meeting 1458. Are there any additions to the agenda?
I got one correction in my report this evening.
All right, thank you. Minutes regular meeting number 1457. Are there any errors or omissions? Noting none, can I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Fitzgerald, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. Business arising from the minutes. Is there any new business arising from the minutes? Hearing none, we shall move on to new business. Is there any new business tonight? Councillor Langdon.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, not sure if I was supposed to note this in the previous one for item, but I'd like to remove item number 6 from the recreation meeting until a future meeting, please.
Okay, note it. All right, any further new business? Correspondence in front of you. Let me see here. Item number 1, Department of Transportation Infrastructure, circular application status for your information. Item number 2, Department of Transportation Infrastructure, circular revised capital works contingency FYI. Item number 3, Department of Transportation Infrastructure, circular contract payments FYI. Item number 4, Municipal Affairs, circular community collaborative grants FYI. Item number 5, Municipal Affairs, circular training deadline FYI. Item number 6, Justice and Public Safety newsletter FYI. And SAM fall meeting is going to be held October 20th to 22nd, Bay Roberts, and we need to know if there's anyone going to be attending. Isn't that the same weekend as the
It's the weekend before the M&L conference.
Okay.
So, I don't know how, that's pretty hard, because you're all gonna travel it here on a Friday, come back on Sunday, and go back in on Wednesday.
All right, well, we'll leave it open. If there's anyone that's available or can make that double trip, please let the town clerk know. And that concludes correspondence. Okay, back to the agenda. Reports. We shall move on to finance. Councillor Freak, please.
Finance met on September the 14th. In attendance was myself, Town Manager Jason Young, Councillor Fitzgerald, and Town Clerk. Hold on, sorry. I was waiting for this to load and it won't on this one. Item number 1, storm sewer study invoice for $8,885.92. Recommended approval. Item number 2, Eagle View for the 2024 flyover for $33,456. Recommended approval for budget 2024. Item number 3, 2023 Deer Lake paving, $271,696.14. Recommended approval. Payment for infrastructure design for Main Dam Road was $11,718.50. Recommended approval. Just 1 second. It just won't scroll on this, but it's scrolling on this. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Thanks for that. Item number 5, legal fees for $36,212.19. Recommended approval. Item number 6, the demo for the address of 28 Whites Road, $7,820. Recommended approval. Item number 7, IT support for $14,550.14. Recommended approval. Item number 8, Annex Progress Claim number 21, $94,991.27. Recommended approval. Light pole removal and a repositioning for the Main Dam Road project for $5,460 plus HST. Recommended approval. This is to complete a proper cul-de-sac at the end of the street. And I'm going to do number 10 and 11 as separate motions.
All right, I get one quick question. Is item number 4 a conflict for me? Is that the same work? Council declared conflict prior with the same contractor in relation to me. Item number 4, payment for infrastructure design Main Dam Road.
Number 1 and number 4 may be a conflict for you, Mayor.
So I will declare conflict if council,
Oh, not number 1, sorry.
Number 1.
Just number 4. Sorry.
Number 2 and number 4 is only a payment. It's not like we're deciding anything, it's got to be paid.
okay,
Decided in the previous meeting.
well, it's ultimately council's decision, so round table, Councillor Freak,
I'm good.
Councillor Langdon,
I'm fine with no conflicts.
okay, Councillor Fitzgerald.
Fine, Mr. Mayor.
All right, we'll go back to your motion, Councillor Fitzgerald, or Councillor Freak, sorry. So we have mover, seconded by
A second.
Councillor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Mr. Mayor.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just had a question regarding item number 2, the Eagle View 2024 flyover. Is that something that we use internally, or what would be the benefits of that?
It is. So Eagle View, we have confirmed for the 2020 flyover, we had the difference of $2 million?
Yes.
Over $2 million of unassessed properties. And every time that we sit here and they bring up the big screen and the TV that we use for our surveys or GIS, all that mapping, that comes from Eagle View. So now what's going to happen is the 2022 one is going to overlap the 2024 one. So we'll do a new assessment on that. So the $2 million in assessed values helps pay for itself. And then the offsetting of it's a day-to-day tool for the staff.
Excellent, okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, and just for another educational piece, this was brought in in the last 2 years, I think, Councillor Langdon. I personally, I didn't vote in favor because I thought it was new to me, it was personal, that they're thinking about privacy issues, and that's all been clear, and this is the way of the future. Am I right, for MAA? For assessments in general, right?
Yeah, you mean privacy?
Yeah, no, that was explained after the fact and was new to me, and I wasn't comfortable, but this is the way forward for all
Yes.
assessments for the most
Yeah.
part.
No, excellent, yeah, and so I think it's a great tool. I just wanted to, just questions around what
No,
we'd use
all
it for,
great
but
questions.
There's a
no, I think that's great.
There's a couple of things that they're discussing with the use of Eagle View, and then once you buy the software and it belongs to MAA and us, are there other identities that are allowed to use it? Let's say, we had a search and rescue issue, or if we had a fire issue, or if we had anything that we could work with other external partners with that information. That's, I think, legally going through the MAA process now to release, what you're buying, essentially, from this company. But, I mean, you guys can see how good the tool is. Anytime that we come up with planning, I didn't realize it was all the Eagle View stuff, either on my questions about it. But it does pay for itself. And over half, I think we were well over, was it 25,000 and change-ish? So it's a day-to-day tool.
All right. All great questions. Any further questions for the finance?
I'd like to add to number 9. I know, Mr. Mayor, we had talked about a project for, and Dave, proper cul-de-sacs for the snow plow to turn around. And Jason made a good point, even if it's not a full cul-de-sac, if it's a good one that you can get enough clearance to back up, not back up out of the cul-de-sac. So I know that we did have a running report for that, so it's probably something that we should continue to budget for each year, just, tackling one at a time, to get those properly done. So good movement forward for that public works component.
Good point. All righty. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you, Councillor Freak. Moving on to...
We got 2 more motions.
Yep, just after the one, I want to note prior, there is one in accounts payable that I should step out for, correct? I think it's 8. Oh, it's not there. All right, sorry for holding up your, let's see, moving back to the other 2 separate motions.
Okay, so for item number 10, it's a motion to sell land. The town of Deer Lake moves to proceed with the sale of the following properties due to tax owing as per the Municipalities Act 1999. 20 Whites Road, 58 George Aaron Drive, 25 TCH, and 7 Lushes Lane. I make a motion to proceed with the sale.
All right, moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by
I'll second that.
Councillor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. All right,
Motion 11, the Town of Deer Lake moves to add the Deputy Mayor, Melanie Young, as signing authority on all financial accounts belonging to the town.
all right, moved by Counselor Freak, seconded by Counselor Jones. Call for question. Question?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, I just wonder why we're adding another person to the signing authority. Is that common practice, or?
No, it was flagged, correct me if I'm wrong, Lori, it was flagged that the deputy mayor is supposed to be on signing authority.
Yeah, as per the Municipalities Act, that we should have had the deputy mayor on there all along, and we didn't. So just in, I guess, conversations of through the training and stuff like that, it kind of came to our attention. So we're going to add her on there. Amanda will stay on as well, so it would be the mayor and if the deputy mayor, and then Amanda, that would be the.
Hey,
sign-
so
third
so it
sign.
requires just 2 signatures, but
It's
could be
always-
3 people, and
It'll always be myself and one of them. I have to sign every check, and then they have.
right. Okay, so just to add a third person and
Yep.
elect a third
It was
elected,
part of
okay.
the act.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
That we weren't following, and I think M&L said that they kind of called around, thought Deer Lake would have been the example of how it's done, so they called to confirm, and they were like, oh, you guys don't have the deputy mayor on, so we just had to add her to that.
No, excellent. Okay, no worries.
It just took 6 years to catch on, because I didn't have
That's all.
signing authority in the last council. All right, so we have a mover, seconder, call for question. Hearing, any more questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. All right, thank you. We shall move on to accounts payable.
Accounts payable, item,
Where is
no, I
that?
think I got it, sorry. Just looking for Kiri.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, accounts payable, items number 1 through to 59.
I gotta step out for 5.
5, okay, excluding number 5. 1 through 59, excluding number 5, in the amount of $99,286.96. I make a motion to pay accounts payable.
All right, moved by Counselor Freak, seconded by Counselor Fitzgerald. Call for question.
I'm full
Councillor
of
Lang.
questions here tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Go right ahead.
Item number 32, is it common practice for a resident to get paid a fee, or is there?
What's that one, sorry?
Item 32, the
Is
resident.
that benches?
Yeah, that would be the bench.
Just the park bench, the concrete bench.
Okay, gotcha. Just in the name of the resident, isn't it?
Not in the company name? I'd say that's just a typo.
Yeah, oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. No worries. Thanks for
No,
clarification.
good note, so can we make?
And we can make a revision to that, so that when the minutes are approved the next meeting, we'll have that rectified.
Perfect.
Yeah, excellent, thanks.
Counselor Lang, that's why 7 of us sit with staff, because none of us are perfect and we will make mistakes. So thank you for noting that. Any more questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried. All right, folks, someone's got to take the chair. I'm going to step away. Actually, I don't have to step away.
You want to take a chair?
Kiri?
Kiri, you want to pop out, or just say it from there?
I'm safe.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need the gavel.
You'll hear me if I need you. Okay, so I guess item number 5 on accounts payable, Councillor Freak.
Item number 5 for Agathuna, is that right?
I can't say it.
Agathuna, that's what I said last
All
time.
Gary,
right,
do you mind
Drafting and
pronouncing that for us,
Consulting
Gary?
Company for $2,808.30. I make a motion to pay the invoice.
Okay, so motion for number 5, do I have a seconder?
So second.
Second. Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, thank you. So moving on, so that concludes. We'll go back here now, and we're going to move on to environment and housing.
Okay, as I said
Councillor
earlier,
Jones.
I will be removing number 22 on my report. And Environment News met on Tuesday, September 11th, myself, Councillor Fitzgerald, Krista Jones, Dave Thompson, Keith Park. Now, items number 1 to 5, general repairs. All these permits have been issued. Number 6 to number 16 is decks, extensions, patios, and fences. All these permits have been issued. Number 17 for 12 Crosses Heights for a garage permit been issued. And the new dwellings, number 18, 31 to 41 Woodford Drive. Number 19 is 43 to 45 Woodford Drive. And number 23 Jador's Lane. This 3 dwellings permits has been issued. And the new businesses, O'Brien's Mechanical Repair for 30 Reeds Lane Maintenance Shop. And number 21, Kimberly Perry, 2012 Nicholsville Road, to reopen the B&B. So I move that we accept our Environment News Report from September 11, items number 1 to 21.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Jones, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried.
Thank you.
All right, thank
Oh,
you.
sorry, just one there, Kerry, if you
Yeah.
don't mind. Is that the most up-to-date new dwelling count for the year, 12? Is that
Yes, that's the, including this report, because once the permits are issued, they go up into the new
excellent,
dwellings.
perfect? Okay, I know last time they weren't, but that should be entirely up-to-date for the whole building season, 12 new dwellings for this year?
We're close, yeah.
Yep, perfect, thanks.
All right, let's see here. Moving on to Arts, Recreation, and Culture. Councillor Langdon, please.
The Department of Arts, Recreation and Culture met on September 15, 2023. In attendance was myself, Councillor Langdon, Councillor Hancock, Director of Recreation and Community Services, Glenn Wiseman, and Town Manager Jason Young. The meeting started at 8:30 a.m. And as I mentioned before, I will be deferring item number 6 on our agenda here today, Mr. Mayor. Item number 1, upgrade to swimming pool showers. The Recreation Department is looking into having repairs performed to the shower and shower room in the swimming pool for budget 2024. Item number 2, washrooms at Joe Butts. These facilities will remain open until the end of October. At the point as special events are held in the area, arrangements will be made to reopen the washrooms for those events. The town has been in contact with the current vendor in the beach area, and he advised he may want to open for some events during the shoulder season. Item number 3, Sliding Hill relocation to Swartz Park. The Recreation Department is reviewing with the Public Works Department to have the Sliding Hill relocated to the Powerhouse Field. We're performing some studies to ensure that this can reasonably happen without causing harm to any other homes in the area or fields, anything like that. Item number 4 is the tree audit. The Recreation Department received a tree audit and are reviewing the document now and to make recommendation to council. So they went around to many of the major trees in the community and monitored different parameters of those, whether it be the health, their condition, and how we can better maintain those. Item number 5 is canteen operations in the Hodder. The operations will remain as the same vendor as the 2022-2023 season, and that is Lisa Oldford, and I know she just opened for her first day today and will run now throughout the entire season. And item number 7 is off-peak ice rates. The Recreation Committee is recommending to maintain the same off-peak ice rates as we did last year. So that'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. until 3:30 from the dates of September 26th until December 21st. The rate will currently be a reduced rate from the regular 135 per hour to 105 per hour. The meeting was adjourned at 9:30 a.m. I make a motion to accept these minutes.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Langdon, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. Okay, we shall move on. Just one quick question, that tree audit, and I know this is past, I should have just brought it up during question period, but is that a full community? I know we spoke briefly, that's it's not just aesthetics, it's safety as well, right? Correct.
For selected trees.
Yeah.
Some of the larger poplars especially. So we went through Joe Watts, the larger ones on Municipal Road, in front of, on Woods Road, in front of Xavier. Chapel Hill, there's some really large ones on Chapel Hill, and then all the trees along Main Street.
Yeah. Okay, no, all good stuff, that's proactive.
Yeah, no, Mr. Mayor, the number one importance there was safety of the trees. I think like yourself, I certainly enjoy the trees, and we don't want to be cutting any healthy, safe trees in the community either. So number one priority there is safety.
No, absolutely, good call, folks. it brings alarm when you have tropical storms and all these impending weather, and you're driving around, you really start to take a look, and you're like, oops, that could easily happen, right?
And I believe we also did some, with the permission of the homeowners, did some private trees that may be some concern in the area too. Just as in, obviously we don't have the authority to cut their trees, but just as a, courtesy out of them as well. So
Oh, all good stuff, thanks. All righty, moving on to Public Works. Councillor Fitzgerald, please.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the meeting minutes for Public Works as of September 14th, 2023. In attendance was Town Manager Jason Young, Councillor Langdon, Dave Thomas, Director of Public Works, and Scotty Elms, Public Works Superintendent, and myself. Number one, signage for an area around Sundera. There is a sign down on Squires Road, which is not really indicating to incoming traffic from the spillway area to travel along Squires into the town of Deer Lake, and we will be installing a new sign very shortly, directing traffic there too. Number two, just as an FYI, Public Works will be sending employees to continue their water operators training courses. Number three, Municipal Capital Works application. Public Works recommends the following for our Public Works application that is due at the end of September 30. I think it's September 30th or 27th. I can't remember. Number one would be the Garden Road Water and Sewer. Number two would be the lagoon upgrades, or based on the study. Number three is Riverbank Road. Number four is Spillway Lift Station upgrades, and number five is White's Road Lift Station upgrades. I just want to make a note here that, just as I mentioned, number two and number three are based on engineering studies that are being continually being worked at. So when we get results from these studies, we'll be able to have a better understanding of what is required for the work in these two areas. Number four is a storm drain head wall on White's Road. We got the design completed. We're recommending to go to tender I think we had the design come in today, I should say, and we're recommending to go to tender. Funds will be determined either through gas tax or emergency funding, as this is a critical issue at this moment, as is continuously washing away the properties in this area. Number five, electronics recycling. We're recommending that the depot become a new electronics drop-off, similar to that as the paint drop-off. Number six, Chapel Hill. Just let everyone know it's a beautiful job that was paved there, except we have a little manhole that was a little high there right at the crest of Chapel. So the contractor is going to warm the asphalt around the manhole and complete the repair before winter sets in. Number seven, they go with our number seven, crosswalk signs, and I guess our signals. They are ordered. These are the flashing lights that we've discussed before, and they should be here in October. We've decided to order 3, and the locations will be High Street and Clinic Drive, High Street and Morey Avenue, and Nicholsville Road near the Deer Lake Manor. So our intent is to hopefully put 3 more sets of lights into next year's budget, but I guess that's for budget time. Number 8, just as an annex update, siding and site grading is to start this week. Windows are expected after November 11th. It's critical to get these windows in place so we can start working on the inside a little bit more in detail. We're working on a completion date. I just let everyone know that completion dates were a little up and down during the COVID time when this was tendered, so there really was no defined date, but our contractor is working with the town to try and open this building as soon as we possibly can. And our public works management team is working on the color, and I should say recreation team, are working on the color scheme for the floor and lines. And number 9, just as an update on the Goose Arm George Aaron Drive intersection, it is next on our project schedule, bearing there's no water main breaks or sewer breaks. But our team's working on that as our next major project for our in-house. With that, I recommend that we accept the Public Works meeting of September 14th.
All right, quick question. There's no conflict for me on item number 4, correct? That was
No,
discussed
sir.
before?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you. All right, moved by Councillor Fitzgerald, seconded by Councillor Langdon. Call for question.
One question for me, number 9, the Goose Arm George Aaron Drive intersection, are we gonna have some type of crosswalk in that set up there, like for people leaving Goose Arm Road and going over? 'Cause right now, there's no crosswalk.
Yeah,
And
the,
no down in the dip and that, no sidewalks either, so I guess some people was having a few issues trying to get around there.
yeah, the intent is to change the intersection to a T intersection, which is going to allow our Public Works team to actually put in better installed crosswalks. Our intent is to actually remain some of the asphalt in the yield area as a new sidewalk in that area. They'll separate the traffic from the walkers coming up the, walking up the, I guess you want to call it the left side of the road towards Goose Arm, if you're walking against traffic. So hopefully that area will be clear for them. I guess the key part here, I know everyone's a little antsy about it, is that we'll be pulling the stop sign towards, I guess, more north, which will allow people to have the proper angles, the sights angles down the hill and in Goose Arm Road. So the intersection should work more of an urban design and more in line with everything in other locations. So I think it will make everything that much safer, Councillor Jones.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any further questions? I just got one addition to add for, not for your agenda. Can you put this in your scheduling, Dave? Scott Drive needs to be swept with the road sweeper. If you look on Bombay, it looks almost like a gravel road at the point there. But from end to end, it really needs a good sweeping. And it's not an everyday road that we travel, so just for FYI. All right, and we got a mover, seconder, call for question. All those in favor? Motion carried. Thank you. All right, let's see. Councillor Langdon, would you be so kind to do the health and wellness report?
Yeah, no problem, Mayor. The Health and Wellness Committee met on August 15, 2023. In attendance was yourself, Mayor Guzny, Deputy Mayor Young, Councillor Hancock, and Town Clerk Laurie. Item number 1, Bridge the Gap, quilting and kayaking. Well, we set up meeting with Mike. Item number 2, Move More, Stress Less. It was a dog park event that happened on Thursday, October 24th, and I think that was a great success. Item number 3, Newcomers Initiatives. Bags are ready to be given out to newcomers in the area. And Laurie, how can do you sign up for that, or is that a
We just said anybody that can identify it, just call into the office and
excellent?
we'll get
Perfect.
that done, right?
Item number 4, Appreciation Night. Number 2 is looking at different options for a fun bowling night in early October and looking for funding for that event. Item number 5, Wellness Day, is now pushed for the spring of the year. And I think there's some great funding available for that stuff too. Item number 6. Skating for youth and newcomers. They are ordering new skates and helmets, and Laurie was to contact the supplier. Item number 7 is lighting for Route 430 as we move to the rec agenda. And item number 8 is community member shirts. They have had shirts and hats to identify members during events, and the meeting was adjourned. I make a motion to accept these minutes.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Langdon, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. I just wanted to speak to one real quick.
And just for the next agenda you do for me, Laurie, can you make sure it's numbered?
Skating for youth and newcomers. Is that moving now, Laurie? 'Cause
No, actually, my supplier can't find them, so I had asked Glenn to reach out to his counterparts in the recreation world and see if they knew of any place to go get it. The only place that the supplier could find was like higher end skates. We don't really need high end skates. We kind of wanted just like the run of the mill skates. So we're still in the progress of looking for them.
All right, and I mean, if there's anyone around the table that knows a vendor or someone for that sort, because it'd be nice to get this.
I know sometimes too, even if it's hockey skates, typically is probably the most general thing. That I mean, Bauer does the first shift program every second year in Deer. Like I know this year is being done in Corner Brook, and my kids have been involved in that. Typically, it's a Bauer low end skate. So maybe something that even Glenn, we could probably reach out to Bauer.
I reached out to Bauer.
Okay.
I got hold to Mark Lansford, he gave me a number for a gentleman in Bauer. He's
Hmm.
actually been through, but I reached out to these gentlemen for the position. He hasn't called me back yet, I'm waiting for a call back.
Okay.
That was a couple of days ago, which I processed.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And for anybody online, this is an initiative of council that's got funding from the provincial government to buy skates, to have free helmets, provide free helmets and skates for any residents that want to try skating or that haven't skated in some time. So it's a great initiative in partnership with the province. Okay, so any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried, thank you. We shall move on to, did you want to do that one, Councillor? You're the chair from, or is that just an FYI? for
That's
the
just a
O-
FY, the occupational health and safety minutes. We don't really need a motion to accept those. There's not really any action in there. It's just keeping you guys updated on what's on the go.
No, and you can see, listen, a culture in safety is not always easy to change, but you can see improvements, definitely. So I want to say thank you to the committee for that. Tax receivable summary, what we're doing here, Lori?
I need a motion for that.
Motion. All right. Councillor Freak, would you mind doing the motion, please? Tax receivable summary and tax recovery plan.
Do you need a sheet?
How we're making the motion. Allowance for,
It's just accept a report, because that's pretty much it is what it is, right?
I make a motion for tax receivable summary template for 2022 in the amount of $75,572.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for question. Go ahead, Councillor.
I'm getting a split screen here on my iPad. We have one for 75,000, but we also have an amount for 181,455.46. It seems like one is with payment plan and one is without payment plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you go right to your bottom, you'll see what I'm saying. It seems there's total receivable is the number that Councillor Freak mentioned, but
page
then there's
one.
account without a payment plan, and there's another amount there as well. Seems like there's two amounts owing.
As account taxpayers, account just money.
I don't know if, Laura, you can clarify that.
So we got total receivables, but out of those total receivables, we have accounts with payment plans that we have some kind of agreement made with the property owner.
So the
Get those
payment,
amounts paid.
the payment plans are 181,000, but you're only asking me for debt write-off for
Yeah, it's just accept-
75,572?
This is, like, these are the numbers that's there right now, so this is, we just need council to accept this report
Okay.
as is, right? So this is how it is, like, for current for 2022.
Got you.
This is summary for December 31st, 2022.
Clear as mud, Councillor Fitzgerald.
Clear as mud.
All right, we got a mover, seconder, question. Any more questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Motion carried, thank you. Councillor Freak, sorry. Tax recovery plan.
So we need a motion for that one as well.
You want a motion for the tax recovery plan for fiscal 2023?
Yeah.
Did we change anything in that, or we're just
We
bringing
do
this
do
to
one every
light?
year.
Okay,
It doesn't really change, we kind of just change the,
just
years,
change the
right?
date?
yeah.
Okay. I make a motion to accept the tax recovery plan dated for December 31st, 2022.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Jones. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. All right. Is there one other item, land sale?
We
Need a
did the land
motion.
auction.
All right. Councillor Freak, if you would. August 22nd.
Land auction took place on August the 22nd for 1 to 3 Owens Drive at 10 a.m. In attendance was Town Manager Jason Young, Town Clerk Lori Humphreys, Public Works Director Dave Thomas. We had 2 bids. No, we had a bid reserve, correct? And only 1 bid?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay, so we had 1 bid for Scott Gould, SRT Holding, for the amount of $120,000. Make a motion to accept the land sale.
All right, thank you. Moved by Councillor Freak, seconded by Councillor Fitzgerald. Call for question. Hearing none. All those in favor? Motion carried. All right, before we call for an adjournment, is there something we missed or someone like to add to tonight's meeting? All right, I just wanted to put in the thanks to the rec department. There's something about walking into the arena at the beginning of the season before those blades hit the ice and that just fresh look and smell and everything. Anyway, it's pretty neat, and just to sit by and watch, how much goes into it is something I can't say I always knew. I just showed up on opening day and wanted to play. So hats off to all. Again, I would like to say thanks to everyone. The Hope Haven had their benefit concert this weekend in assets, and in total they brought in over $10,000, so it was a good turnout. A lot of support from around the West Coast. I want to say thanks for that. And one that no one wants, we don't want to talk about, but the town community and everyone around showed up for the vigil, so I just want to say thanks. Some good feedback from the family that they really truly appreciate the support. Not the community events you want to have, but when need be, our community pulls together. I want to say thanks for that. Other than that, I guess everyone's, on a brighter note. Hockey's coming back next week. Is that correct? Like minor hockey, then senior league is a full motion forward. So before we know it, we'll be back in the arenas having fun and parents living at the arenas. So there you go. All right. Is there anything anyone else would like to add before we call for an adjournment? It is now 13 minutes after 8, and I'll call for a mover to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Jones, meeting adjourned at 8:13.